about first, like just the band and how you formed and stuff?
It's a long story, and I doubt we've got enough time to kind of cover it all. But yeah, the short version. I started doing this quite a few years ago, and it started off as like a mess around kind of solo thing. Well, not solo because no one ever heard of it, but it was just something I did on my own for a laugh. There was a few friends. They were in other bands. They were, we were never going to do it full time. And I got a couple of recordings together with them. Deeks and Joe, who was in the Heartbreaks a few years back. And then I gathered old friends of mine had finished the band. I heard their band had called it a day, so I went in there and got 3 quality free signings. And then that was about 2017, late that 17 I think we are. Early 2018 we came together as a band, and then we kind of went into the studio with Dean Glover, started to knock out 3 quality little singles, and then lockdown happened just as we were getting going. So that was the start of that band. On a personal level, it was quite tragic really, but during that time I kind of saw that, a lot of bands who were kind of like high level, mid-high level, were kind of just doing nothing, and I kind of saw the space and was like, well, get in there now and do it, we'll pick up. But there was a big music community going on Twitter at the time because everyone was sat in doing nothing. So yeah, I just thought, oh, sack it, just got to go for it. Got to have our shit together. We started to put out tunes. We started with County Lines, and that it seemed to connect with a good few hundred people. And that was the start. Do you know what I mean? It was like, alright, we've got something here, so Before lockdown, I was kind of studying stuff, reading books and listening to people and all that kind of stuff. A lot of people say, the best way to do it independently is to find your audience or make your audience, and then and then put your thing in and give it. I kind of saw it was already there, with the online thing, because everyone was sat at home doing nothing. And I think to start a new band, a lot of people say, oh, it's an awful time to start a band because you can't tell. I thought it was great because everyone was sat on their ass doing, most people were doing nothing. And I was lucky because I got furlough for a few months. I was sat home getting paid full time just to write songs. I'm never going to get to live that life again. I think the independent music scene now at the moment, alright, it's suffering ticket sales and that kind of thing at the moment because of the cost of living. But musically, it's really it's thriving. Come from that kind of reconnecting again. A lot of stuff I'm during that time. It was an interesting time. I grew up in a town called Haywood, just to the north of Manchester, on a Manchester Overspoil estate called Downhill. The drummer he's from Langley, Middleton. Connor's from Haywood, and Winnie's from Bury. So we've been in bands around town for years. We had this poster up in the roadhouse when we were kids. I'm bushing out for the state too, it's ridiculous, but we won this competition with British Telecom. We was in a band called Indigo. This is when we were really young, and we got our picture plastered over every single venue in the country, and including the roadhouse as well. So you walk around, the people would spot you, you know what I mean, and that kind of Manchester, and that was our first push of musical fame. Probably the most amount of fame we're ever going to get. but we found, funny enough, the bass player he was trying to find your band online, and we came across this poster, and someone in the shop has got a version of it. They're selling this British Telecom. It was their first version of Napster or something like that, and it didn't take off. So yeah, we've been in bands knocking around town for years. Well, I moved all over. Greater Manchester, Salford, I was in Denton and all that, and I've always kind of been involved with musical stuff everywhere I live. So kind of we used to hear some of the Doves and all that when we were younger. So we kind of, you know, we've been around the city's musical kind of scene, but we've never really kind of done anything. You know, we've always been there in the background. Put it one way, half the venues that we used to play in Manchester are gone now. I find it a lot more enjoyable now than when we were younger. When we were younger, same band that I was talking about before, Indigo Dub, God bless them. We got touted with Be Unique, and we got 3 or 4. It was us, Ordinary Boy, and Kai's Chiefs, and some other bands, and we were looking at all these bands or whatever. And we at the time we were like 16, 17 years old, right? And, you know, we were kind of a couple of post-rave children, do you know what I mean? So we weren't all that kind of like, you know, getting a little bit messy, you know. And we were looking back now, we were just off our heads, we were just young lads, you know, from the estate and that, and just didn't know what else to do other than just get like twisted and play music, and we didn't have any ounce of like, you know, like professionalism about us, and we got took out on this thing in the city of Manchester in, that was about 2001 or something like that, 2002, and we got took on this like kind of like stretch limousine thing, and they had a bar in it, and they didn't want anything to do with us. They said they didn't want to go back on Mondays. Yeah.
Where's the rock and roll gone, you know?
Life was different though, weren't it?
What do you mean?
Well, you could get away with murder for a start because no one ever had phones, did they? So, you know what I mean? But
it's true.
Maybe that's kind of made us a little bit more self-conscious about what we do. And the amount of times you kind of like, you know, I'm talking in like the 2000s, in the 90s or whatever, you know, camera phones came out, and you constantly see pictures of yourself hanging on like Facebook or whatever. That's not good, is it? You didn't realise you looked that rough until like high definition cameras came out. If we had high definition cameras like in the late 90s and the 90s, you know what I mean? I would have just stayed in every weekend.